always
every 9 a.m. meeting.
it's sort of a regular.
The agenda titles haven't changed.
I understand. Excellent. Call to order. Town of Sylva's supplemental board of commissioners meeting on the 6th. The thing on the agenda is to approve the agenda. I didn't find a motion. We do that. Have a motion. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. All opposed by like sign, motion carries. Also entertain a motion, we approve the consent agenda. We have a motion. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye. All opposed by like sign, motion carries. Do we have anyone signed up for public comment? Or the mayor's report, all I have to say is I'm proud to see it. Our paving work we're doing looks like they've done an outstanding job. Kudos to Jake. Hope the budget can stand it. It looks great.
Thank you.
So, Sam?
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to recognize how significant I thought the municipalities meeting was a couple of weeks ago. Getting the updates from all the towns and the dialogue and updates, and hopefully we can have a basis for future projects and future opportunities for collaboration. And second of all, I'm just delighted that we're here and we are able to recognize Tracy. For 2 years of service together now.
I just wanted to quickly say that I'm sorry I missed that meeting between the towns and the county. Doing some family health issues that have taken up a lot of my time recently. I think all of you already know about that, but my apologies to everyone else for not having made that meeting and been a little bit less available the last few weeks.
I just will say I went up the Pinnacle Trail weeks ago and down that new part, and it's really looking good. Spoke with the folks that are working on it and found one of the tools. I took a picture of it and was going to bring it to you, and they said, "No, we've been looking for that." So I told them where it was, and so I guess sticking with the running and thematic there, there's a first annual 5K this Sunday over, it's benefiting the Southwestern Child Development Commission at 8 a.m. So you can make the run, take a shower, and make the church this time.
Thank you, Jeff.
Good morning, everybody. Just a couple of things. I had the opportunity to take the tour of the Sylva Herald with Dave Russell. It was an experience.
Tours are free. Call me.
I strongly suggest taking that tour. Is like a museum inside, old printing presses and other photography. It goes back probably a century. And also got to go next door to the wire building and look at it. Very old building. It's structures, really old, but very neat to walk into. You can look at the electrical. Yeah, I appreciate that. Also got to attend a room event last Monday. Something that the county put on, some appreciation with business owners. It's like a meet and greet, business owners to get together and talk about ideas.
what the future holds and how to grow and that kind of thing. A lot of people attended the event. That was there. Tiffany Henry gave a speech about housing in the area. I'm just glad to hear that the county has programs that have it where it's affordable for housing. One of them's in Webster. The wheels are actually turning on that. To have housing there, something that I have conversations with people in the community about affordable housing. It's just 3-bedroom, 2-bath house at $450,000. That's out there, but I'm glad the county's taking steps to build these houses and apartments, low income families. It's a great thing. That's it.
Very.
I also want to say thank you to Tracy for all your service throughout the years. Library, it's wonderful, and glad that you're here today. Also want to say thank you to our EMS services and fire department and civil police. Someone was struck in the crosswalk right by Innovation about a week or so ago. So I got to see all of them in action and how quickly they shut down the street and they were able to take care of this person and get them to the hospital and get them the services they needed. And they were in action so quick. And with that, everyone, be diligent when you're downtown, whether you're walking or driving, just, paying attention to everybody. We're all trying to take care of each other. So just be diligent down on Main Street. We'll be watching out for everyone.
Thank you. I believe I saw something somewhere where Ben Guinea had made a request that we take a look at that as well. And that was always one of his things with the town board. I saw the state working there doing something yesterday, I think, or day before.
They freshened up the thermo,
Okay.
crosswalk bars on either side and the alligator teeth, and we'll discuss that in the budget session.
Okay. All right. So moving on to manager's report.
Morning. The RTP trail is almost complete, so they should be finished and out of here next week, but Jake will give more updates on that. And department heads, please remember that the grant spending deadline is March the 31st. And I hope you all have April the 25th on your calendar for Greening at the Mountains from 10 to 4. All 170 vendor spaces are full, and we have almost twice as many food vendors as we've had before. So that should really cut down on the food lines. Chief Hatton's retirement is April the 30th from 2 to 4 in the atrium of the historic courthouse. And we expect to have a report on the Fisher Creek Dam within the next few days. Engineering on the Scotts Creek Wall is continuing, even though our weekly check-in meetings with our FEMA reps have been canceled because of the government shutdown. But we're told that work is happening behind the scenes to move our application through the queue. And Town Hall will be closed April the 3rd for Good Friday. And we have budget work session after this meeting. I'll try to wrap that up by 11 and then, or recess by 11. And then it starts again at 1 with our pay and classification plan presentation from the MAPS group.
Thank you. How's the work?
Morning, everybody. I'm sure you've all noticed by now that Bank Street Municipal Drive resurfaced and repainted. They're back open. Apologize for any inconvenience for those closures, but that was much needed and I'm happy to have it done. Johnny, you talked about the budget. That was Howe bill funds that we were able to finance that with. Joe and Paige both mentioned, but I did an on-site inspection at the new RTP trail yesterday. I was up there most of the morning. Super, super pleased with that trail. I hope you guys can get up there and check it out. It's we did some realignments with some switchbacks earlier in the project, and there's only maybe 2 or 3 30-foot sections that are 30 feet or less sections that are over 10 degrees of grade. That's going to be really helpful for soil erosion. First bridge should be completed today. They're gonna start the second bridge tomorrow and probably be out of there by Monday. So that we can close that project out. That contractor's been phenomenal to work with. Poteet Park renovations are nearing completion as well. All the tiles should be in by the end of the week this week. Fixtures are in. Basically, all we're lacking there is new siding and a fresh coat of paint. Those guys will be out of there well ahead of the Green Up the Mountains deadline that we gave them when we gave them notice to proceed. Your garbage truck was delivered yesterday. That's a huge deal for us. I'd like to thank you guys again for supporting my department with our especially large capital needs. Air quality testing was done. I'm gonna do my very level best with this professor's name, Dr. Jong Yin On, is an environmental health professor at Western, and her capstone students are doing air quality testing here at Town Hall, at Bryson Park, and several other locations around town. They're gonna give those results to me, I hope, with a little primer about what they mean. Whenever those are completed, I'll be happy to share those with you as well. As far as public works, day-to-day stuff, you're gonna be seeing pothole maintenance, you'll be seeing mowing in the right of ways, spring pruning, mulching, and trying to get this park ready for Green Up the Mountains in the upcoming next several weeks. Sam had approached with some questions about the Ritz Lot project, and I wanted to hold off on those answers. I'll answer those right now for all of you to hear. Sam wanted to know if we start digging in the Ritz Lot and we find unsuitable soils, which we most certainly, almost positively will. We've got sinkholes and potholes over there and underground water. We don't have to guess that we're working with unsuitable soils. We know that for a fact already, but to mitigate that, we'll be doing geotechnical exploration, which is something we do with all of our major excavation projects here in town. We'll take core samples. Those will be lab analyzed by the SNME probably. Well, no, it won't be. We haven't, I'm mixing my projects, but those will be analyzed in the lab by a geotechnical engineer. So we'll be knowing largely what we're dealing with before we get started. We also, all of those budget estimations on each line are conservative estimates. They're probably a little high, and they're done that way for a reason. And we also have a 20 to 25% contingency line for the entire project in case we overrun on any specific area. Sam asked about future sinkhole concerns in town. I do have a minor concern. Y'all probably noticed the settling asphalt patch out in front of the fountain. It's been settling for quite a few years. That's going to be a DOT issue when it does happen. They're aware of it and they're monitoring it. As far as everywhere else in town, I don't have any glaring concerns about sinkholes right now, but in Sylva, you can never rule that kind of thing out. And the Bradford Pairs at the Ritz Lot, we don't have a current start date on that project yet because even though it's funded, contingent on this PER, we don't have a contract yet. So until then, we won't have a start date. But once we have an executed contract and a notice to proceed, those trees are going to come out phase 1, day 1. And we'll keep you updated on that. Any other questions? Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Jay. We have a police department.
We don't.
Our department. Morning, I'm gonna be fairly short too. I will tell you that we're up to 354 calls for the year. That's a little ahead of last year. So we've been pretty busy, but everything else seems to be going pretty well. That's all I have to say unless you have any questions. Thank you, Mike.
Okay.
Straight report.
Morning. I just wanted to thank Jake for all the work that he's been doing on the Ritz Lot. The merchants are very excited. It's been a really hard thing for them and they're also their employees and their customers to be able to have access, especially in winter time. So thank you. So as was mentioned by Blitz, on Monday, we co-hosted the Bloom Business Appreciation Dinner in conjunction with the county and all the other county economic development partners. We had about 200 businesses, business owners who attended. And Lisa Cooper, the owner of Mass General Stores, was the keynote speaker. So everybody had a really good time, and thank you so much for coming, Blitz. After many years of coordinating volunteers for Greening Up the Mountains, Lisa McBride needed to resign her post to focus on her nonprofit organization. Sorry. We appreciate her years of volunteer service with the festival. That being said, volunteers are vital to the success of the festival, and we need additional volunteers. So I wanted to mention that to everyone. If you know of anyone who would like to volunteer, specifically groups, later in the day, as far as taking down is where we need the most help. So they can sign up at greeningupthemountains.com. There's a volunteer section, and that will be much appreciated. Get a free t-shirt. It's a lot of fun. And that those end shifts are pretty quick because we're trying to get the road opened in a timely manner. The festival, as Paige mentioned, is on April 25th from 10 to 4. We're also hosting our yearly Cleaning Up the Mountains downtown cleanup the Saturday before Greening Up the Mountains on April 18th, starting at 9 a.m. at Bridge Park. So we'll be picking up litter, cleaning up graffiti, stickers, spreading mulch, that sort of thing. So we would love to have more help with that as well. People can sign up at mainstreetsylva.org under the Friends section, and we'll have supplies for everyone. It's a great day out there. And then I also attended the North Carolina Main Street Conference with Main Street board members Amber Albert and Jay Spiro, as well as 500 other people in New Bern, North Carolina. The content was really helpful, and we're working on adding some of those initiatives into our work plan to positively impact the town, as well as making some changes based on what worked in other towns. We got the opportunity to network, especially with a lot of the programs here in the West, because we all have common challenges and a common tourism economy. So that was really helpful too. Does anyone have any questions?
About the award.
Oh, yes. So you may have seen in your email that the public restrooms, or what we call the Sylva Depot Plaza, won a Main Street Award, which is our first ever, I believe, for the town of Sylva, which is awesome. Everyone who was involved in that, we really, really appreciate. Odell was not able to make it to join us to receive the award as well. So we're going to have a local award ceremony. And I believe that I don't think there's ever been a bathroom that was public restroom that had received an award for Main Street. The criteria is really tough, and these much bigger cities of 50,000 people are winning these awards. And so I was so happy that our little town was able to get it. So we really appreciate everyone involved.
Is it typically the award for like a new element, something that was added to town? Is that?
So there's different categories. This one was best infill project.
Okay.
And it was able to be an infill project because there was 2 previous depots there.
Yeah.
And the whole design aspect of it, bringing in elements of those previous buildings was a very good thing. So.
Bernadette, for those interested in Green Up the Mountains volunteering and before cleaning up, do they have to stay the entire time, or can they just volunteer for a couple of hours?
Yes, Greening Up the Mountains, and I'm sorry, I failed to mention that, has particular shifts that you
Okay.
can sign up
Sign
for.
up.
The shortest one is at the end, but there's, lots of flexibility with that. And then for cleaning up, we'll have supplies and orientation at 9 o'clock, but beyond that, if you can only stay an hour or whatever, it's definitely helpful for whatever anyone can do.
And they sign up on the Green It Up website. I know you said it, but
Yes, greeningupthemountains.com is where you sign up for that volunteering. And then if you want to work with the cleanup crew, that's mainstreetsylva.org under the Friends tab. Friends of Main Street is our volunteer group.
And I'd encourage all board members to consider helping out with Greening Up the Mountains and being part of that. I think the last 2 years I've spent the entire day helping Mark Haskell do whatever he needs done. He's in charge of that thing. That the Lord, they did such a great job for the town, So I've tried to help with that, and I just volunteered to be his little helper all day long. But it's a good thing for all board members to be involved in that if they have time.
Great. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bernadette. Okay, we have a twice report.
Also have their annual meeting and then cancel the next one. So I
And in at the park.
think we've covered that one.
Okay, moves us on to new business. First thing on the agenda does not require a vote. It's a recognition of appreciation. Now, I'm gonna let the chair, our representative on the library board, take this role by the horn.
Okay, yeah. We have a certificate of appreciation here for Tracy Fitzmaurice, who served at the Jackson County Public Library for 35 years. And this certificate is from the Town of Sylva Board of Commissioners, and I'm just going to read what it says. In recognition and appreciation for 35 years of dedicated service to the Fontana Regional Library and the Jackson County Public Library, enriching the lives of residents and strengthening the community through literacy, learning, and public service. Presented this 26th day of March, 2026, and it's signed by Mayor Phillips and myself as Mayor Pro Tem. And we thank you very much, Tracy. If you would like to come up, we would like to get a photograph with
Take a
you.
picture with you.
And the rest of the board behind us, unless you somebody don't want him there. It's fine. Thank you, Tracy.
These all stand up.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I take treasurer and decide which one suits you best.
All right. I'm gonna do a waist up. Now get your feet. Sorry, guys, my camera's acting weird. All right.
Supposed to be us acting weird, right? Not your family.
For the feet and one more. All right.
Chris, you're gonna be better.
That's fine.
Tracy.
The next thing on our agenda is the resolution in support of the Jackson County Library. And our Mayor Pro Tem and library board members going to read that resolution.
Good. It's pretty long. It's in the agenda packet. This is a resolution in support of keeping the Jackson County Library Complex under the control and leasing authority of the Jackson County Public Library. It reads, whereas the Jackson County Public Library serves as a vital educational, cultural, and community resource for the residents of the town of Sylva and Jackson County, and whereas the Jackson County Library Complex, including the library building, the community gathering spaces, and the old Jackson County Courthouse, represents a significant public investment in literacy, lifelong learning, historical preservation, and equal access to information. And whereas the town of Sylva has historically used the community and meeting rooms in the old courthouse when the town's meeting room was not large enough to accommodate. And whereas the Jackson County Public Library System has historically maintained stewardship, management, and leasing authority over the Jackson County Library Complex, ensuring that decisions regarding use of the facilities are aligned with the library's mission and consistent with community needs. And whereas maintaining the library's control and leasing authority promotes stability, continuity of operations, and responsible space management that prioritizes public benefit, educational programming, and community access. And whereas the town of Sylva recognizes the Jackson County Public Library as a trusted and capable public institution whose governance structure and oversight mechanisms ensure that use of the library complex is devoid of partisan politics, ensures the best interest and continued public use by the residents of Sylva and Jackson County. And whereas transferring, reducing, or altering the library's authority over the Jackson County Library Complex could jeopardize the consistency, accessibility, and mission-driven use of these facilities, potentially impacting local residents, community organizations, and public services. And whereas the town of Sylva wishes to affirm its support for the Jackson County Public Library's continued management role and to encourage cooperative decision-making that protects the long-term public interest. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of the Commissioners of the Town of Sylva that the town hereby expresses its strong support for keeping the Jackson County Library Complex under the direct control, management, and leasing authority of the Jackson County Public Library. And be it further resolved that the town encourages Jackson County leadership and the Jackson County Library Board work collaboratively to ensure that all future decisions regarding the facility continue to prioritize public use, educational access, cultural programming, and the long-term mission of the library system. And be it finally resolved that a copy of this resolution upon its approval will be forwarded to the Jackson County Board of Commissioners, the Jackson County Library Board of Trustees, and the Fontana Regional Library Administration.
Well, I think it's safe to assume that your reading of that is your motion to approve. Is that correct?
I will make a formal motion to approve that
We have a
resolution.
motion. Do we have any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by like sign, motion carries. We also have the local news day proclamation. I've got a motion that we approve that. Have a motion, do we have any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by like sign, motion carries. This is the resolution for exemption for architectural engineer survey qualification based selection for the Ritz Theater. This is what we do in order for us to be able to select somebody without having to go through the bid process. It's something we do with everything that's smaller. So I didn't find a motion that we approve that.
Hold on. This is only for the preliminary engineering report. We will go through the actual qualification-based selection for the engineering for the project.
So I'll more clearly read. Resolution of exemption for architecture, engineer, survey, and qualification-based selection for the Ritz Theater Apartment. I'd entertain a motion that we approve that. We have a motion. Do we have any discussion? Favor raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed by like sign, motion carries. Entertain a motion that we approve the 2025-26 audit contract. Have a motion, do we have any discussion? On favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign. And then find a motion that we approve a special event request for the Jackson County Farmers Market for alcohol service. I'm assuming this is a bridge.
Yeah.
Motion, okay, we have a motion, do we have any discussion? On favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign, the motion carries. And unless I'm badly mistaken, it's time our Mayor Pro Tem took over this meeting.
And in doing so, I will immediately make a motion that we adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Have any discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
Stand together.